Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Philip Norton here from Norton Trading, just taking a look at a breakdown of Abbott Laboratories today, a little technical analysis of what I am seeing and what kind of to expect, hopefully over the next couple of days from the stock. So we'll be breaking down the daily chart today. And for those of you that listening in really for the first time in this, purely just looking at technicals. I don't pretend to know a large amount about the fundamentals of the stock. I really just look at, recent catalysts, anything that causes specific moves, and then at that point you're really just reading the technicals, and then of course price action from that. So as we look, and here on your screen you have Abbott Laboratories, the daily chart as mentioned. Just a couple of indicators on there, the VWAP as well as the 9 SMA. And then I've drawn a nice little cut through trend line here from a long-term trend line all the way back into the spring of 2017. So you'll see the stock has done a pretty good job of following this and repeatedly bouncing off the trend line as well. So on a couple of different sides. So recently, really since that pullback in March and early April, we've been below the trend line. We've actually come back up to it, quite a number of times. Broke it once, then immediately big fall, and tapped it again and again. So as we approach the trend line now, really the question is, what are we looking for? What do we expect to happen? So of course, really two options, right? Up or down, as always. But we do see a nice little during this short-term uptrend that we've been having. We do have a nice little channel here, so let's throw that in there. It's not 100% accurate to the penny, but you do have kind of this uptrend channel that's going in that it has bounced off of 3 times pretty nicely, and then moved its way back to the top of the channel. So of course, that would be the first look and the first anticipation. If I had to put money on it, and what I'll be really looking for is looking to buy puts myself, for those of you that trade equities, short the stock off the top of this channel. So it should be looking for, and really it's probably something we'll get tomorrow or Friday. We have moved up pretty nicely today. So a couple hours, about an hour and a half left to go in the trading day today. So unless anything drastic happens, I would expect to see the stock opening higher and pushing up pretty close into that trend line tomorrow. So it'll be really interesting to watch that price action and what kind of a bounce do we get, right? You really, when you see a stock go up into, a trend line like this, you're really looking to see, what really happens, really that day or especially the following day. So, is there a huge bounce off the trend line? If it breaks, is it immediately getting back under the next day? So this is what I'll be watching the next 2 days, is its reaction to this trend line. Definitely a large bounce off the trend line, or if it closes below it, and then we see it break a new low daily on Friday, would definitely be my opportunity to get in and short the stock, or of course, as I'll probably do, buy some short-term put options as it trends back towards the bottom of the channel. Again, the stock clearly is in a nice uptrend right now. Not saying the stock is reversing, not saying the stock is shooting all the way down into the 50s by any means. But as we, of course, approach the top of the channel, a bounce there would give you the indication that it will at least drop down a few dollars, give you a chance to make a quick scalp in that of a little bit of profit. We do as well have somewhat of, kind of a high line as well in the channel. So you'll see when it was above the channel, it did break. When it was sitting on top of the long-term trend line, we have kind of this channel here as well. Did break it on earnings for just a short bit before falling back down. But we, of course, bounced off that quite a number of times. So as always with the price action, while I'm expecting a bounce and looking for it to short it down to the bottom of the trend line over the next, week or two at the most, you always do have that look that it could break. So while we watch the price action, if we have a break on volume, or definitely a break with following day confirmation of this trend line, then really it switches gears and you're looking for it. And can you get the signal that it's going to head higher and head to the top of the trend line? So, and really wear up from there up into the low 70s. So, really two different ways you can go about this. Like I said, of course, from the near-term future, everything points to a bounce off the trend line heading lower. But you could, if you break it and head higher, have an opportunity there as well. So two things to really watch. We definitely tomorrow and Friday should get a little bit of price action there on the top of the channel. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens. So, all right, thanks for watching. If you guys are watching the stock as well, and are looking at any other technical indicators on your own, feel free to post it in the comments. I always push for open dialogue in this, right? It's not about being right. It's about making money. So open the dialogue up. And as well, if you are looking at any other stocks at the moment and you want to have me break down that chart, take a look at it, feel free to post as well in the comments, what you're looking at, and I'll be glad to take a peek and just give you my 2 cents on it as well. Thanks for listening.